Hey, hey, family! Welcome to the premiere of the JD Love Show. I'm your man, JD Love. Do you like that?
Yes, I do.
I like it too.
First, I want to start off with saying, to the left of me is my first co-host. Mike, tell them who you are.
Yes, my name is Mike Nice. I am the co-host of the JD Love Show. And we have 3 women here that wrote books on the rise. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Coming from the left to the right, introduce yourselves and tell a little about yourselves.
All right, thank you for having me. My name is Tanya Williams, and I am a Philadelphia native, born in South Philadelphia. I have 2 children. I have a couple of grandkids, and I wrote a book about the power of relationships, and thank you for having me.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Yolanda Nelson. I'm from South Philly,
All
but now I
right.
reside
In the house.
But now I reside
In
in.
the house.
Hey, say it one more time now.
Yeah.
South Philly. All right.
But I,
Go ahead.
It ain't my turn.
Go ahead.
but I live in St. Louis, Missouri now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
I'm going to ask you why you moved out of South Philly, but we'll find out
That's
later.
all right.
Okay.
Next.
Hi, my name is Lynette, and I am from Philadelphia, North Philly to be exact.
All right.
North side. Shout out to North Philly.
Shout
Shout out
out.
to Southwest too. Shout out, you North? All
No, I'm
right.
from South Philly.
You from South Philly? Oh, we got a whole bunch of South Phillies in the house. So I am, a little bit about me, I'm a program director, I'm an actress, I'm an author, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a radio co-host on the Real Recognized Real Talk radio show every second Tuesday of the month, 7 p.m. Tune in, y'all, on the Philly Hot Radio
All right, now,
YouTube
that's
channel.
right, you
I got to
go,
put a
girl.
plug in.
You a busy
Shout out to
lady.
Francha. My cosmetic line is Love Exquisite Cosmetics. You can find it on loveexquisite.com. It's my beauty line. So thank you all, and welcome to the Philly Hot family.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I like that. I like that.
I like that.
I like that, too.
Tonight, our goal is to capture your hearts and minds with straight, honest talk. So, before we get started, I'd like to introduce the man to keep the sounds pumping.
The tongue. The tongue. Oh, not the tongue.
Of course the tongue.
Okay.
We saw about it over here, but we're not gonna get that.
DJ what?
Oh, DJ Slide.
DJ Slide.
DJ Silla.
I feel like it should be one of
He's
those.
smooth.
All right.
He's smooth. He's smooth.
Yeah, that one.
All right, slide that chair over.
Let's get busy.
Let's get this.
All right, first we want to talk to you, Lynette. It's the first question. We want to talk about your win. Yeah,
All right. They
cheetahs.
talk about
Yeah.
cheaters never
Uh-oh.
win.
Yeah, cheaters never win.
Yes, how
And-
to,
and how to
stop
stop cheating
in
in
any
a
relationship
relationship
or never start. Yes.
Wow.
So let's talk about that.
Let's talk
Because
about
I'm
it.
quite sure a lot of people out there that is in the cheating factor.
Are
You
y'all
know,
ready?
they will either
Are y'all
agree
ready
with
for
you
this?
or disagree.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, so let's start with the first question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you talk a lot about temptation and how temptation can trigger the act of cheating.
Right.
How can men and women combat temptation?
That's a good question. So for temptation, it's because temptation is all around us, like it's very difficult to be able to combat it, but it is possible.
Right.
So as each individual person, you know how to control yourself and you know what your triggers are. So if you know what your triggers are, it's up to you as an individual to either try to avoid those triggers or learn how to deal with those triggers so that they don't impact you in a way that you're making bad decisions as a result. So that's the way you would combat
That's the way you
temptation.
combat it.
I like
Temptation.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's
Oh, well,
clear
thank
cut.
you. Thank you very much.
That was
That's
good.
honest. That's
That's
honest.
honest.
Because
That's
a lot of times, you know, we're first tempted by what we see. You know, we're visual beings.
Right.
So what we see is what's pleasing to us. So it's pleasing to the eye, to each individual. So everybody's different. Like what you might like, I might not, you know. But you, again, you know your individual triggers. So
Right.
it's important to kind of figure out how to manage your behavior despite the temptations that you might feel internally. How to
Right.
not make an external response for an internal
Yes, that
emotion,
sounds good.
on an
Right.
internal emotion, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
But when you say that men are more visual than women, women are usually, audible with their hair and stuff like that, and because you will see a nice looking woman like yourself that
Well,
would be
thank
with
you.
a,
Well, thank you.
a barracuda. Like, how did that happen? You know what I mean?
It's
He got confidence. He's confident. He knows who he is.
Not necessarily.
A long
Not
yard
necessarily. Not necessarily. Now, men are very visual beings, and of course, I can't generalize for all men. So I'll just say some men or most men are visual beings, and they are very tempted by the eye. And then some women are as well. With me, I call it a standard. I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for, and I know what appeals to me. So. For some women, like you said, sometimes you see them with a bugaboo. It might mean that looks are not important for that woman. It might be how he treat her. He might treat her in a nice way. So it's not necessarily that he has money or he's well endowed, because sometimes it might be either a combination of the three. But
He got everything.
It doesn't necessarily mean. Each person's decision is an individual one. So it's hard to say, okay, well, I think that all men do this because that, or I think that all women do this because that, because each person makes their individual decision based on what's important to them. So it's what's important to you is what matters to the individual.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms.
That's
Nell.
good.
That's true. Okay.
Everybody agree on that?
Or any feedback, chime in. Look,
Say
this.
something, feel
Yeah.
free.
Mics now.
Feel free.
Yeah, the mic has been dropped.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. All right, you're talking a lot about figuring out your why.
Yes.
Hold up. Can you explain what that means?
Absolutely,
For some of the
absolutely,
why.
absolutely. So the book "Cheaters Never Win: How to Stop Cheating in Any Relationship or Never Start."
Right.
The main focus of it is on learning about your why, learning about yourself. Like, to me, there's always a reason for every behavior. Like most people say, "Oh, I just do it because I want to do it," or "I just do it because it's accessible," or "I just do it because it was available." No, there's an underlying reason why you chose to do a certain behavior.
Right.
When we make decisions, it's always based on something else. Even if we have to go back through our childhood, like it might not be something that we're dealing with in the present. It might be something that happened to us as a child. Most people that crave attention didn't get attention as children.
Right.
So in their adulthood, they want that attention. So it's always an underlying reason why we do what we do. So you have to deep dive into yourself and ask yourself, why am I behaving in this way? Whatever the behavior is, it could be cheating, it could be overeating, it could be over drinking. Whatever the behavior is, you have to get to the root cause of it in order to deal with the real problem, so that you can make better life decisions. So that's about figuring out your why.
That's good. And I'm going to send my offering. Where do I send my offering? You just preached.
My cash app is Lynette Pace. Like, no.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I'm kidding. And that's what the book is about. See, a lot of people look at the cover and they say, oh Lord, here she goes. She bashing
They
men, or
think
she
about
bashing
men
men.
bashing,
Right. But men cheat, women cheat.
Right.
So in the book, it consists of both. It's a combination of both. And it's not a book that condemns anybody or judges them. It's just about figuring out who you are, why you do what you do, and how you can make better life decisions, so that not only you can be a better individual, but better to the people that's around you.
That's right.
Because we need help. We do. And in every area of our lives. It's not just about cheating. And it's also me. Like, I'm not perfect. You know what I mean?
Have you ever cheated?
I've never cheated, and I pride myself on that.
Oh, yeah?
I've never cheated.
Okay.
Now, I have once, and it's in the book, I have once been in an experience where I was with someone who did have someone else.
Right.
So I did engage in that in my teenage years.
Right.
And I realized later on, wow, until when it happened to me, I was like, oh my God, I did this to somebody? And the hurt, I was devastated. And not even know, in my teenage years, I didn't know the seriousness of a relationship. I'm like, oh, well, why are you so hurt? You can find another one. You can find another one. It's all these guys out here. Why you worried about him?
So
and then when it happened to me, I was like,
So you didn't think what goes around comes
wait
around,
a
huh?
minute. This is what I did to the
Yeah.
young lady. I apologize. And
Uh-huh.
I never did it again. ever. And nor have I ever cheated on anyone that I've been in a relationship with. I think
That's
you
good.
get what you, when you're honest about what you want, you look for that. And if you're lucky enough, you'll get it. So then you don't have to keep looking, oh, what's this over here? What's that over there? What's this over here? What's that? It's like you can see things that are tempting and pleasing to you, but you don't have to have it. You know, we have a misconception that we have to have everything. We don't. We'll keep chasing that for life, forever, if we continue with that misconception. We don't have to have everything. We are never going to have everything. If that was the case, there would be no need for God.
Yeah, yeah.
And we need God. And we need God.
Yes, we do.
And I know we have
need
other
God
people,
right
so I'm
now.
gonna continue. Yeah. So we have other guests here. So next question, please. And
Cut me off.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I
moving
didn't
right
cut
along.
you off. You wasn't saying nothing. I just want to be cognizant of time. Oh, I'm sorry.
Making a comment.
Okay, go
There
ahead.
she go.
Go ahead.
She cheated.
Bernie Mac.
She cheated.
He
She
wasn't-
cheated. She cheated.
It was the JD Love show.
JD Love. JD Love show. All right, go ahead. Yes,
He
please.
done forgot.
I don't forgot.
He didn't have a comment because he wasn't even talking, but that's all right.
Girl, we moving right
That
along.
is the dramatic host,
move
y'all. I
it
hope y'all tuning in on Philly Hot Radio
right
YouTube
along.
channel as well.
Okay, next question.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah, let's go there. What prompted you to write the book? Did it have to do with an ex?
No. For everybody who thinks that it had to do with my ex, my past relationship that I was in, the last one, my ex-fiance, he did not cheat on me. So for everybody that thinks, oh, she probably wrote the book and she's hurting from what she just went through in her relationship, false negative. And I'm sure that he would be happy that I am dispelling this today. He did not cheat. He was a lot of other things, but a cheater, he was not. He was not, and I can vouch for that. Well, he was controlling and possessive,
Come on, now.
and you know you
Talk
can't.
to me. Give me the truth.
And you know, he was controlling and possessive, and you know you can't control me. You cannot control me. I'm not to be controlled. But at any rate, what prompted me to write this book, I actually started the book in '96.
Okay.
It was a vision all the way back in '96 after I was in a relationship and I went through some things with one of the guys that I was dating. After him and a few of my colleagues and friends, and people come to me for a lot of advice. And so when they come to me, I'm like, all right, it's always about relationships or it's about parenting. Even though I'm not a mother, I have 4 godchildren. Shout out to all my god kids. But at the end of the day, I always felt like I can't keep this. I want to write something that is going to help everybody, you know. So I said, you know what? I picked the book back up, and I was like, I'm determined to finish it in 2018. So I put it down from '96 and picked it back up in 2018. So with the Me Too movement going on, I figured it was time, because with the Me Too movement, a lot of people talk about, oh, this person's sleeping with this person, and this person's sleeping with this person. Oh, a young lady even bragging, oh, yeah, I slept with the president for a couple $1,000. That's not cute.
No, it's not.
You should keep that to yourself. You should have took that one to the grave, okay? You know,
that game for everybody.
right? Exactly. Like, that's not cute. So, but nobody talks about most of these relationships happen in a cheating situation. So most, if not all of them were married.
Right.
So nobody talked about that wrongness, that and how, you know. But anyway, that's what prompted me to write the book. And I was like, the world needs to finish the book. The world really needs to read Cheaters Never Win: How to Stop Cheating in Any Relationship. Again, it's not to judge or condemn. It's about making better life decisions.
You think it can really help people?
If they take the strategies that I include in the book, if they take them and apply them to their lives. But the first thing is you got to really acknowledge the fact that there's a problem.
But let me ask you this.
Yes.
This is off record here.
That's fine.
You said you think your book can really help.
I
right?
do.
Now, this, like, some of this is from life experience, and some of it is from what?
Some
Other
of it
people's
is from
experience?
other people's experiences. Some of it from a lot of it is from research. Although
Okay.
some people don't think I research, I did. There's 3 pages of references
Yeah,
in the back.
I've seen some
So-
references.
exactly. So the book is riddled with research, fact-based evidence, my own life experience, and the experience of others, the people that I've come across, people in my family, as well as my friends.
Okay. So,
If you read the book, of course it's going to ruffle some feathers. Of course it's going to make you uncomfortable. Of course it's going to make you uneasy with what you're reading because it's hard to hear the hard truth, especially about yourself. So of course you're going to be like,
It's hard to look
it's
at the
hard to
man in the mirror or the
digest.
woman in the mirror,
Exactly.
right?
But until you do that, you're going to be the same person making the same mistakes. So it's important to be different, be a better you, because you deserve it and we deserve it, you know. So yeah, so get Cheaters Never Win: How to Stop Cheating in Any Relationship, available on Amazon, Lulu.com, and Barnes and Noble,
Set your
and
goal.
LoveExquisite.com. Is there any more questions?
I don't know. I think we're done for today.
No, we have 2 other authors that got it.
Hold on, we got 2 more questions. here.
Okay, I'm ready.
One time in the book, you referred to cheaters as trash.
Yes.
Why did you pick trash as your choice word?
Good question. So one of the reasons why I referred to cheaters as trash, and to me, is because when I thought about the guy who cheated on me, the first thing I thought about was dirty.
Okay.
Don't kiss me now because you're dirty. You
You
know,
don't know where his mouth
and I don't know where your mouth been, and I know where I don't want it anymore, or on
And
me.
where is that?
On me,
Oh, okay.
on me, anywhere,
We like to hear it.
anywhere on me. Okay, exactly. So I equated that to trash, like filth and dirt, because once you are somewhere else, then I don't feel comfortable going after that somewhere. So it's not that I was condemning, exactly. It's not that I was condemning cheaters and saying, oh, all of y'all are trash. Even trash is recyclable. So that's one thing that people have to know. That's why I said it's hard to hear the hard truth about yourself until you kind of look at it in a different perspective. So if you look at it as, okay, yeah, what I've done, you are not your mistake. That's one thing. So what I've done, that's why when I talk, yes,
You are not your mistake.
you are not your mistake.
Let's elaborate on that a little bit.
Right, because what we don't always make the right decisions. We're human first.
Right.
Nobody's perfect, so we don't always make the right decisions. So when we make decisions, sometimes we beat ourselves up too much, and we stay stuck in our condition. You know, and it's like, you are not your mistake. That's what I mean by that. You can recover from it, because some people stay stuck there. It's like, okay, if I cheated, that means I'm trash. That means I'm always going to be trash. No, it does not. Even trash is recyclable. That means that there is hope for you, but you have to figure out your why. You have to do the work. You got to want to change, and you got to do the work.
That's right.
A lot of people don't want to do the work.
That therein lies the problem. You have to acknowledge that there is something wrong. There is a problem.
Some
That
people, not to cut you off,
No, that's
I want
fine.
you to finish.
That's
Go ahead.
fine.
Okay, some people, they'll quick to blame the other person.
Absolutely.
And, they won't take the blame for anything that they're doing. They're quick to say, well, I did this because of that.
Absolutely.
Because you were acting this way.
Absolutely.
That way,
Absolutely.
they won't own up to it.
And
They
that's
won't.
the problem.
It's hard.
Take their role.
And
It's
that-
hard for people to own up to their mistakes.
And that's why they continue to make the same
Continue to go
mistakes,
that
the
same
same mistakes, right?
Exactly.
It's unfortunate, but true.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. How can people buy your book and follow you on social media?
Well, again, you can buy the book on
Oh,
Barnes
yeah.
and Noble, Amazon.com, Lulu.com. You can also get it from my website, LoveExquisite.com. Cheaters Never Win: How to Stop Cheating in Any Relationship, or never start. So again, you can follow me on the Real Recognized Real Talk Radio Show's Facebook page is RRR Talk Radio at yahoo.com. If you're interested in makeup, you can follow me on Love Exquisite LLC on Instagram. So thank you so much, and again, welcome to the family.
Oh, we thank you very much. Thank you.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate it.
Mike, nice.
Do
you
y'all
so
have any other
quiet over
questions?
there.
No,
Anybody
I
have
was
any
here.
Okay, good.
Oh no, all my questions has been answered.
Okay. All
From
right.
Miss Lynette.
Calm down now.
From Miss Lynette. All
Let's
right.
calm down. Come on.
So next up,
Next up.
you gotta be No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Trust and believe. Trust and believe.
You over there
She is
Facebook
a dynamo.
She
No.
over there posing.
Yeah.
That's all
man.
to pose on this book right here.
She is a dynamo right
All right,
here. So
you got
she
another-
got a wealth of knowledge just like I just had. So watch her drop these jewels, y'all.
Okay. All right.
Well, she gonna have to show. I'm from Missouri, the show me
Oh, I
state.
might want to give you the mic right.
You gonna have to show us. All right, we have a guest coming in. Her name is Yolanda Nelson.
Single two.
There's no
Yeah.
ecstasy
All right,
like
Yolanda.
that. You
What
gotta
does
read
that
the whole
say?
thing. Single two.
Excuse me, single two.
Single two.
There's
Let me
no
see.
ecstasy.
There's no
like
ecstasy
destiny.
Like destiny.
Yes, like destiny. Come
That's
on.
what I'm talking about. Like destiny, huh? You are my destiny.
Nothing. So Yolanda, tell us about your book.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
So,
Yolanda. Can
single two-
tell me a little about yourself, Yolanda.
Oh, about me? Okay, my
About
name
you.
is Yolanda. I'm the CEO of Sensational Enterprise. I'm a mom and a G mom first,
You're a
and
mom and a G mom.
mom. I have
What's with
five.
the G-mom? I know that's
Actually,
grandma. I
I'm my
understand.
mom.
I
They don't
know.
call me grandmom. Since I had my
like to
first
call
grandbaby, I
grandma.
was like, don't call me no grandmom. I don't look like no
Right.
grandma.
That's how I am with my grand. I tell them to call me Mr. Mike.
Yeah,
All my grands call me Mr. Mike.
not no grandma, but I'm proud to be a grandma. I am an author. I'm a lot of things, you know what I mean? And it's hard for me to talk about myself, but I'm a writer. I'm trying. I'm a writer. I'm a minister. I love God with my everything. I'm a playwright. What else I do is my thing. I'm tired, y'all. I do a lot. I have my own business. I'm a entrepreneur.
She's looking to start her own show.
I'm
You
getting
said,
my
you have your
show.
own business?
Yes.
Oh, can I get the job?
Sure you can. You can send your resume to your line.
Say
Yeah.
do it now.
Well, I can move. Hold up. I can move, though.
I ain't coming out there.
I can move.
And
You might
I can
relocate, but
relocate quickly.
I think I'm gonna stay playing the head right now.
so along with that, this fall I'll be dropping my talk show.
Okay.
Yolanda
All right.
Nelson. Yolanda Nelson.
Yolanda Nelson Show. Hey Miss Yo.
Okay.
I got tired of like looking at everything turn on the TV and all I saw was the news, who died, car
It's
accidents.
gonna be on television.
Oh yeah, ABC 30.
Okay.
Yeah, regular station.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
um,
well, you know, you all in the family now. You know, what's up? You know, get
Yeah.
us on.
So one of the things I
We in
will
the
no seriously.
family.
So, but one of the things we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing things on site. So I like to travel. I travel a lot. So y'all can't keep me in the studio. We'll do some studio time, but I want to be in where things happen. You know. So if we're going to interview where you home at. You know what I mean? And the reason for the show is I got tired of seeing negativity. There's a lot of negativity in this world, but there's so much good happening. So let's talk about that. You want to see all the drama? Go look at another station. But if you're tired, you want something positive, something fun, and something real, tune into my show.
Okay, Yolanda.
All right now.
I'll definitely tune in.
All right now. We're going to tune in.
We're going to tune
We're
in.
going to tune in.
What the,
And-
yeah, I got a question. What does singletude mean?
Singletude is the process of going from. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go live now. What is going on?
All eyes on you.
No, my YouTube Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Anyway, so
It's not
singletude is the attitude of singleness. If you're not, everybody's displaying some kind of attitude. So with mine, it was singletude, because most of the world looks at singleness like it's a negative thing. Like, oh, when you gonna get married?
Right.
When you gonna meet somebody? Why is she single? You know, damn, she's bad, but she's single.
Right.
Like, why do it have to be a bad thing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I can relate.
You know-
I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
No,
No, go ahead.
No,
I like
don't
an
cut you off.
engagement. Come on, baby.
Okay, all right. I can relate because you as you know, I don't have any kids. That's right. I don't have no kids. But no,
Call me your kid one time.
hey, come on. Yeah, you act like my kids now that I don't have. But listen, no, I don't have any kids, and a lot of people that know me, they know this.
Yeah.
And they always asking me, well, how did you do that? How did you not
what's
have any
wrong with
kids?
you?
Like, what's
Like,
wrong with
yeah.
you? I had one woman ask me something crazy, like, are you gay? I'm like, whoa,
Right.
wait, I love women. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm a women man, you know, hey. It's like,
But because of our society, we pump sex,
You know?
we pump,
Yeah.
you know, if you're not in a relationship, then
Right.
what's
Yeah,
wrong?
yeah,
Something
something's
wrong.
wrong, right.
And I get it, but until you know,
I don't get it. 'Cause
I mean,
I'm
the way that
single and
but the society views it, not me personally. It's like society views singleness as a negative thing.
but I don't get why.
Because what you see on TV is sex. They want to have sex selling a
So
burger.
They want to live the fantasy.
Right.
And whether you're happy or not.
And
Right.
also, not even just that. From the time you're a child, you taught that Prince Charming's gonna come in on this white horse and it's gonna be happily ever after. Why can't it be a happily now? And one of my taglines in the book is enjoy the now. Like there is some fun and happiness and joy in being single.
Right.
I say when you're single, that's the time when you get to know
get to
who
know
you
yourself.
are, what you like, what you don't like,
Right.
enjoy life,
Yeah.
and
Yup.
the good thing about
That's right.
once you start finding out who you are is
Uh-huh.
everybody want to join the party. Like it's
Yeah.
like I don't want to be. Now if you had a party and you say, hey Yolanda, I'm having a party, but I'm gonna need you to bring the DJ,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna need you to bring the food, the alcohol, and the people. I'm like, what the hell I'm coming to his party for?
Right.
That's my
This
part.
my party.
That's mine. What we doing?
And that don't make no kind of sense, do it? But in relationships, we think that the other person is supposed to bring our joy, our happiness, our
Right,
peace.
right.
That's not their job.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you have joy, you have happiness, and you've got peace, and
Yeah.
someone just coming in, they want to join the party. Now, that's a different kind of party right there.
right.
That's fun.
That's right.
You know, I don't want to be nobody's joy and their peace. You know what I mean?
Right.
You better find your joy and
Right.
your peace, and then call me
Yeah.
later or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. I see a lot of women, and
You're contributing to each other.
Right.
As opposed to somebody coming in half.
Bringing
You
everything.
half, I'm half and you half.
Ain't no halves.
There's no way we're going to ever make a whole. Because
Yeah.
we're always still going to be half. So
Yeah.
Well, in the Bible it talks about two becoming one.
right.
Two
Whole.
math, two wholes make one. You know what I mean? Not two halves making one. You know what I mean? So if you half and I'm whole, then I gotta compensate for your half.
it's going to drain me
And then
out.
right,
And then it's
it
gonna
ain't
cause
gonna work.
conflict in our
You know, and
relationship.
then you mad because I'm not making you happy.
Right.
It's not my job.
Yeah.
You know?
It's something missing.
Yeah, it is.
That's good. So
It
y'all
is.
drop the mic when you
Oh, I got it.
That's true. Because I see a lot of sisters, I hate to say this, but they walk around with attitudes because of the decisions they made, the bad choices they made, or the bad
Yeah.
relationship they were in. And then when they're single, they walk around with attitude, and all you say is like, hi. If you just say hi, they
Yeah. Because they
sprinkle their
victims. I
face
call it victim
and all that.
syndrome. Because,
Yeah.
everybody did something to you. And
Yeah.
every relationship, you played a part. Even if your part is allowing it to continue,
Right.
you played a part.
Yeah.
Don't say they kept, because the first time they did it, it happened. The second time, you
Time.
stayed and you
Right.
accepted it. And the
Right.
third and fourth time,
Right.
you ain't no victim. You are a willing participant in this.
Right.
If you-
It's a saying, a person can only do to you what you allow them to do to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
And we
that's
got to
true.
take ownership of our own part.
Yeah,
And then, if it ain't working out, deuces.
Deuces.
Well,
right.
you do what you can to try to make it
Yeah,
work until
you
you,
do.
can't
Yeah.
anymore. Until
Mhm.
you've exalted everything. And
Right.
then you say, well, at least I tried.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
That's
and I'm just going on the top level, like a summary of everything. I'm not going deep.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're responsible for your life. And the one important thing you have is time. You
Yeah.
can't get them 5 years back.
No, you cannot.
And you can't blame him or her for I wasted, because I hear that a lot. I wasted my
wasted all
whole
this time.
Right.
10 years with them. Yeah,
Yeah.
you accepted that, and life is short. I don't know nobody that get to the end of their life and be like, you know what, this was good. I had all the time I wanted in the world. I'm
hoping to get to that point. So
Yeah.
I wanna-
yeah.
Well, that's true. That's true. You talked about the E factor. Tell us about the E factor. What does that mean? Break
So
it down.
I'm gonna break it down.
Break it down.
Yeah,
So-
boy.
In writing the book, I came up with the E factor. It's called the Eve factor.
The Eve.
Eve,
The Eve
like
factor.
Adam and
Did I
Eve,
say it
the
wrong?
Eve
No,
factor.
I said Eve.
You
Okay.
said Eve factor. I'm just breaking it down.
Oh,
You right.
okay.
You
Oh,
right.
okay.
So I believe that we were created with the man. Everything about a man goes after.
Hold on, pause
No, no,
that
no.
because that's our intro.
Oh,
my bad.
No, that's okay. You're playing music
Okay,
right
go
now.
ahead,
I
go ahead.
appreciate it, but I appreciate it, but.
no, that was me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you
All
saying.
right, cool.
Finish what you saying. Go ahead.
So
Sorry about that.
where was I? Oh, I said everything about the man goes out, and even the way his anatomy is created, and everything about a woman receives. So I named it the E factor because a woman is going to receive a correct pursuit, not no corny pursuit. So if a guy is pursuing her the correct way, she may start out not liking him, but in the end, if he does it correctly, that's why you'll see a bugaboo. He ain't no bugaboo, but you see somebody that's
Thank
a
you very much.
pair
I appreciate that.
that you
Clearing that up.
It was funny. You know, you see a pair and you're like, how he get her or how she get him, because she received the pursuit. So
Right.
that's where
What
the
they, our parents
effect.
call courting.
Yeah,
It's courting.
yeah. I don't do too much of that no more, do they?
No, they don't do a lot of that. It's more like hook up, you know,
Yeah.
for a night or evening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a special occasion.
Yeah.
Which is why we're still singing.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you ain't hooking up for no special occasion over here, pal.
Special
And
occasion.
one of the so in writing a book, I just want people, male or female. It's not just a female oriented book. I have a lot of male followers who say I thought it was another female bashing men. Why y'all think we be bashing y'all? But anyway, and he said when he read it, he found it really good. You know, it's about, you know, knowing who you are, finding out what you were created for, and pursuing that. Because I truly believe that once we know who we are, we start down the path of destiny. That everything that God has for
It's
you,
gonna fall in place.
the man, the husband, the business, everything is already on that path. It's for us to follow through and continue on it and pick up everything that belongs to
Right.
us.
That was good.
You got it quiet in here.
Yeah, that was good.
She's dropping jewels.
How can people contact you or follow you?
You can contact me at yolandanelson.com, and you can get me on Instagram at Yo Empowers You, and where am I? Facebook, Yolanda Nelson, Singletude on Facebook. What else? Twitter, Singletude, everything on Singletude. Just
Everything on
search
Singletude.
Singletude. That's me. You know,
Okay.
and that's on Instagram. Miss Yo, Yo Empowers You on Twitter, Instagram.
So make sure y'all get her
And you
book.
get my book, Singletude, on
You gotta
Amazon.com.
hold it up.
Single two. There's no ecstasy like
Let
destiny.
me hold it up.
And then hand it to her so she goes.
I got it.
There we go.
Single
Single
two.
two.
Single two.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Yes, pick it up. Pick it up.
And she kind of looked like somebody real popular. I don't know if you ever heard this
Leave
yet.
alone.
No, I'm
Who?
thinking Mary J. Blige.
Oh,
That's what
my
I'm
God.
saying.
I don't see it though.
I see it.
She said people
I
tell
see
her
it.
I get that a
And your
lot,
whole-
but I don't
and
think
your
so.
whole mannerism kind of
Oh.
thing and how you
Yeah,
express
Oh,
yourself.
maybe.
How you express
Man.
yourself.
Okay.
I'm seeing Mary. I'm seeing a
Okay.
little bit of Mary.
All
there.
right.
Can you hit a tune for us? Come on now.
Oh,
Real
no.
love. I'm searching for some real love.
I ain't singing.
Yeah, come on, girl. It's like,
All
all
right.
right.
You gotta know what you're capable of doing and what you ain't. And singing, I learned early singing wasn't mine though. But I like Mary. We just came back from seeing New Orleans. Yes,
Oh,
it
with
was good.
Nas? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
She gave me life.
Yeah, for
Okay.
real.
Gave me
Yeah.
life.
Who's that?
Made
Mary.
me life.
Oh,
And
okay.
she's awesome.
No
Yes,
more
yes.
drama.
Yes.
No more drama.
No more
Yes.
drama. Uh-oh.
Yes,
Look
no
at
more
that.
drama.
What?
No more drama. It's the bomb. So when you get a certain age,
So let me
you
ask
just
you.
can't take it. You can't take
Yolanda,
it.
what do you want people to take away from your book? What you, like,
I just want them to know that singleness is not a bad negative thing.
right.
Because once you find out who you are, where you're going and what you were created to do.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be pushing them away because they want to join the party.
Yeah.
And in the book, I break down how you can figure that out. It's not hard because I meet a lot of people and it's like, well, I don't know what I was created to do.
Right.
And as soon as I asked the question, I'm like, that thing that went through your head and you was like, nah, yeah, that's what you were created to do.
But most people are scared to even
Exactly.
venture out
It's
on
fear.
that path.
And I get
You
it.
know what I mean?
But courage.
Courage, yeah.
Is the ability to move forward
Yeah.
despite being in fear. And you got to drink courage every day in
Yeah.
order to do write books, have
Right.
your own radio station, all this stuff.
Yeah.
But what drives me is when I was writing this book didn't exist for me.
Mm-hmm.
And
it
I
exists
needed
for
some
other people,
information
for
that was
someone else.
in there. It was critical.
Right.
And they had stuff out there, but it wasn't nothing that spoke to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if I needed this, I'm sure there's a group of people out there that need this too. Then I was like, wait, I don't know if I want people to know my business.
Yeah.
And clear as day, I said, you know what? I'm oppressed through fear because I would rather see people on the other side of their pain, their hurt,
Yeah.
and see them walking into their destiny more than me being afraid of what you might
Right.
think.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
That's
true.
good.
That's good. That's good.
Aw,
I like that.
Aw.
But I want to hear some real love.
You ain't gonna hear it. You want the radio station to just shut down. They're like, what was that?
Just put it on real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
any more questions for me?
I'm pretty sure that's an interesting book. You know,
It
people
is.
gonna
It
take
is.
away a lot of stuff wrong.
It is.
you know?
And I'm not just
So
saying
is this my copy that you want to sign?
Yeah, I'll sign it for you. Yeah, I'll sign it for you if you promise to read it.
Okay, but I'm looking at Hey, bro, I'm looking at
There ain't no
I'm looking at
pictures,
yo.
man.
No.
No pictures.
There are no pictures.
Like, what's up?
No, I'll sign it for you.
No
I'll
pictures.
sign it for you.
Okay.
And thank you for having me on your show. This has been fun.
Yeah.
And congratulations on your.
Thanks. And speaking of courage
Uh-huh.
and all that, it takes courage to even do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because after this is over, oh, we're going to hear it. You're going to hear some people say, oh, it was a good show. I liked it. And you're going to hear stuff like, oh, you know, you could have did this here. And they're going to critique it.
Can
pull
I
it
give you
apart.
something?
You know, but I'm not worried about it.
No,
Don't
no.
get
Let
wrong.
me just give you this one tip. One day, the Holy Spirit spoke to me. No, I did not hear an audible voice for y'all crazy people out there. Y'all know I don't care, right? But I was before the book. When the book came in, I was like, yes, my baby is here, because it's like your kids. Like, this is your child,
Right.
you know. And then right afterwards, I got this fear, like, well, what if somebody got something to say against it? First and foremost, I heard or felt that I'm the lifter of your head.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And then second, it was like the person that has the most negativity to say is the person that this thing spoke to the most, and why you started this in the first
Yeah.
place. And we respectfully, you know,
Right.
respond, and we keep it moving.
Yeah.
Keep it
Yeah.
moving.
Or you don't
'Cause
respond
even-
at all.
Yeah, or don't respond at
Right.
all.
'Cause even-
Everybody don't deserve your
Right.
time and energy.
True.
And
True.
and you know what? Another thing is, you just open the possibility that their dreams can happen. The only thing standing in their way is them.
Yeah.
So how
That's-
dare you free them up to do what they said was not possible?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
That's
just
true.
keep on moving.
Some people stand in their own way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fear is the first thing.
Well,
that stands
I
in the
had
way.
fear,
Yeah.
you know. I mean,
Yeah,
in
we all
these
do.
projects,
Yeah.
you know, you start, you stop, you start, but
Right.
if it's something that means something to you, don't go away. So all
Right.
y'all out there that
Right.
think
It
that
don't go away.
that dream gonna go away, it will haunt you to the day you
Listen,
die,
I'ma tell
because
you.
that's who you are.
I'm gonna
And
tell
you
you,
don't know what
and
you
Lynette
don't know until you
can
try.
can attest to what I'm about to say. This thing was supposed to happen like you know, months ago. Yeah. And it was a
And look, one more thing. Tyler Perry was in at Essen Fest too, and he said, "I'm gonna say something. People won't think it's cocky." He said that I've never had any mistakes. He said because each mistake I made took me to the next level and opened up something else. So
Right.
even in your mistakes,
Right. It moves you to something
it moves
else.
you closer to where you're supposed to
Right,
be
where you're
anyway.
supposed to be. Right.
There's a lesson in the
Right.
mistake that God wants you
Yeah.
to
Uh-huh.
learn from that to propel you forward.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you didn't make it, then you might have missed a step.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know
I
what
heard
mean?
someone say that you one step away from, or one person away from where God wants you to be.
Yeah.
You know
Just
what I
take
mean?
one step.
Yeah.
Just one step.
Yeah.
That's it. And
Yeah.
and don't take little baby steps. Take
Right.
grown
Think
man
big.
steps and
Right.
grown women steps.
And just like you believe.
You on your grown man step. You on your grown man step.
You know, grown man step right in there.
Grown man. Grown
Oh,
man.
this was good.
Grown man. That is.
Okay.
I'm good if you ain't got no more questions for me.
You have no more questions.
No, we don't have any more questions.
Okay.
You done set
Ready
it
to take a
off.
break.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I'm glad you had the chance to come in.
Oh, it was my
and
pleasure.
to
After
come visit
after
us.
oh my God,
Yeah.
after I flew in for the South Philly social.
Okay.
Y'all ain't, why y'all wasn't there though?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
and I'm exhausted. I've been going all weekend, but she was
Okay.
like, "There's always wherever there's an opportunity to tell somebody this story, I'm
Right.
there. I'm there."
Yeah.
So,
And we
thank
appreciate
you
And
so
we do
much.
appreciate
Definitely
that.
appreciate
appreciate
that.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
And more, and
that's
hope you have
story.
much success.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much.
Much
So
success,
do you.
definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Much success
Yeah.
to y'all as well.
Yeah. So,
Trying to tell him he go take phone.
are you ready to take a break? We got to go a little bit, and we'll come back.
Right. Yeah.
We'll be back shortly, everyone, and we'll drop some more stuff on you. Some more. We have another author in the house, and
Whoop, whoop.
she'll be
South
talking
Philly.
about some things in her book. And what's the title? The title is the
98.6
98.6 times
The
2.
Power of
The power of relationships.
Tanya D. Williams.
Tanya D.
Tanya.
We'll be back after
We'll
the
be
pause.
back after the pause.
After the pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Stay
Kick them tunes. Kick them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
We good? That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.